What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with a review for The Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 13. This is episode number 5 review. It was titled Don't Come For Me Unless I Invite You. I believe that's what it was called. Yep, that's it. All right, guys. So without further ado, let's get into the review. Now, before we get into this review, some of y'all take these housewives a little bit too seriously for me. Because somebody came at me last week, and it wasn't even in my comments, it was in Roxanne's comments. And it was about the fact that I was talking about Kenya. Now, mind you, I didn't say anything bad or anything that would come, be seen as me coming for Kenya. All I simply said was, you guys remember last week's episode, Kenya was talking about the fact that Portia wasn't wearing a mask. And I was like, well, I'm like, Kenya's coming at Portia for not wearing a mask, but they're wearing face shields. And then one person came up under the comments said, well, Kenya wasn't in the crowd. Duh. That's not the point that I was making. The point that I was making is they're wearing those stupid ass face shields, which ain't helping shit. I don't understand the significance of these face shields is what I don't understand. It's the face shields, I just don't get them. I would understand the face shields if it was just them in the group setting, but then when they go out in public, they have the shields on. That's where I'm stuck at. But without further ado, let's get into this review, you guys, shall we? All right, you guys, so the first person we're going to talk about is going to be Candy. So easy, Candy, Riley is getting ready to leave for school. And, Riley really doesn't know how to, clean up or anything like that. She's never had to do that. So Candy and Mama Joyce are going to show Riley how to clean. So Candy, she gives her, what those? I know what those were. Those scrubs. So they're, like I said, they're showing Riley how to clean. It just goes to show, honestly, this goes to show Riley's privilege. Because, Candy was like, when I left Joe's house, I knew how to clean. And Mama just was like, yeah, when you got out the bathtub, you couldn't do anything else until that bathtub was clean. My mom was the exact same way. You clean that bathtub out after you finish it. It just like I said, just goes to really show Riley's privilege, growing up rich, having people come to the house and clean up for you. I think that's a disadvantage to kids at some, because they get so used to it. Because I know my aunt and uncle, actually, as I was a kid, when we were kids, when I used to hang out with my cousins, they had a housekeeper, and the one would keep the house clean, and we got so used to that. But like I said, as I got older, I had to do I learned how to cook, clean, iron, wash, all that stuff. And actually, some of that stuff I actually taught myself, just by watching my mom and my grandmother. So I taught myself that. So, like I said, they're taking Riley to school. So with this one, with COVID, she's going to school up there in New York, and they had to drive her from Atlanta to New York, which I don't know how long that, drive is. And they only had 2 hours to unpack her stuff. I'm like, damn, 2 hours. Hopefully, her dorm is not like, hopefully I don't have to park one place and then have to walk a hell of a distance to her dorm. And then as they were, leaving to take Riley to school, they showed a montage of Riley, showed her growing up on the show. She has really grown. The one thing that has not grown with her is that nose job that she's got. But I'm not going to harp on that nose job. Let's move on, you guys. All right, you guys. Next, let's talk about Cynthia. So we see Cynthia, and she's meeting up with the sisters, Kenya and Latoya. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I am so over this fake lesbian, because this is what the storyline is going to be for Kenya. besides the divorce with Mark. It's going to be this fake lesbian relationship between she and LaToya. So they're meeting up at a lingerie store. So Kenya shows up. She's talking about, her body. I mean, what's wrong with a little bit of weight? Nothing. But they talk about, LaToya shows this nude photo that Kenya has sent to her. And I was looking at that photo. I'm like, that photo looks kind of old. No shade to Kenya, but that photo doesn't look recent. It just doesn't look recent to me. But it could be. Who knows? So then they start talking about Portia's, event and how, how Kenya felt about it. Granted, now I told you guys in last week's episode, Lauren said that she told Cynthia 24 hours after she had already extended the invite. So if that's the case, then one, that falls on Cynthia for not telling, Kenya sooner. Two, I don't get why Kenya is so upset with Portia. Kenya is just coming, talking so much shit about Portia. And I'm just like, I just don't get this. First of all, it was a surprise party. So with it being a surprise party, that means she didn't know about it, right? Surprise. Hello. That's what the word surprise means. I don't know anything about it. So I'm just confused about her being so upset about it. It just didn't make sense to me. It just felt like she was just looking for something to be mad about with Portia. That's just my personal opinion. So then, we see them and they are trying on, actually before they tried to the lingerie on, they called Candy, asked her, was the party dressy or casual? And Cynthia, for some odd reason, thought that Joe Biden was going to be there. I'm like, Cynthia, I mean, hey, it's one thing to have high standards, but girl, lower them standards. Lower them standards, them expectations. You up here. I need you to bring it down to about right here. Joe Biden. I know that, Georgia was one of the states that they were, Georgia flipped blue. I know that. But girl, I don't know. I don't think he's going to come to the Real Housewives of Atlanta for help. That would be like him going to the cast of Love and Hip Hop. I mean, you guys are a step above Love and Hip Hop, but that would be like him going to the cast of Love and Hip Hop. Just saying. So then, they tried, like I said, they tried on a lingerie. For the life of me, I hope that they purchased that lingerie. Because as a business owner, I wouldn't want to put that back on there after you had your cooch and everything in my underwear. Like, no, I don't want to resell that. That's nasty. Let's move on, you guys. All right, you guys, next let's talk about Portia. So we see Portia. Mama Diane is at the crib minus her storm wig. Mama Diane got this jet black wig, which she still look good in it nonetheless. So Lauren also comes over and, they talk about, the gift that Kenya gave. And Portia was like, yeah, because Lauren, as she opened, she said, yeah, it was a Rosa Parks doll. And Lauren's like, oh shit, now I'm starting to feel bad. And Portia's like, girl, don't feel bad. It is what it is. Like, you didn't invite her. It is what it is. And then the producer's like, do you feel, she's like, thank you for the gift. They're like, do you feel bad? She's like, why would I feel bad for Kenya? I was thinking the same thing. Why would she feel bad? For what? So then we also find out that Portia is writing a book. So they go and sit down and they start talking about the book. Actually, they start talking about Portia's parents. So her mom and her dad, when they got divorced, she lived with her mom, but she also stayed with her dad. And, what else? So yeah, she lived with her mom, her dad, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, Lauren's mom got with her dad. Well, Lauren is younger than Portia. Her dad, they got together. Miss Diane and her became cool with one another. She got pregnant with her, and she called Miss Diane like, she's here. And I was with Miss Diane. I'm like, girl, why would you be calling me, telling me about your child when you with my ex-husband? We can be cool, but we ain't that cool. So then, they also talk about Portia's relationship with her dad as compared to Lauren's relationship with her dad. See, Lauren grew up with their dad in the house with her until she was 10 years old when he passed away, whereas Portia just came over to the house on the weekends. So Lauren got more time with her dad. got more affection and stuff than Portia did. And then Portia talking about how she just wants her relationship with PJ and Dennis to be. And then they actually showed a throwback picture of Portia back in the day. I'm like, damn, I would have swore that was PJ. Like everybody always say that PJ looks like Dennis. PJ looks like her mama. But yeah, you guys, we're gonna pause here and move over and wrap the episode up. All right, you guys, next let's talk about Kenya. So it is the day of the party that Kenya is throwing for Cynthia and for Mike. I will say that, everything looked really nice. I'm pretty sure, shit, if Cynthia planned it, she probably would have did the same thing with all that hashtag chill shit around. They had an ice sculpture. They had the lights with chill. It was just chilled out. So, they were talking about the party. She was talking with the party planner. And, she was talking about that everyone that was in attendance, everyone that was there working had already been tested for COVID and tested negative. So Kim was like, okay, good. There would be no need for masks. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. There would be no need for masks? Yeah. Everybody should have on masks. I don't give a damn if they tested negative. Have a mask on. Please and thank you. Whoa. See, here's the thing. I do know that the cast and the crew, they did get tested. I do know that. It's just a tricky, slippery slope with this one. It really is. Like, I do get it, but at the same time, I would just want to have that caution to the wind that, hey, we are in the middle of a global pandemic. I was happy to see that one guy did have a mask on. There was one guy that had a mask on. So we see everybody getting ready. We see Cynthia getting ready. She was with Mike and Portia FaceTimed her. Candy and Todd were getting ready. So, and Cynthia is still on this thing about Joe Biden showing up. I'm like, Cynthia, let that go. So, everyone's showing up to the event. The first person to show up was Tanya. And, she was like, oh my God, Candy's not even at her own event on time. And, Kenya was like, it's not Candy's event, it's really mine. And then Tanya put two and two together. She's like, oh, so this is just to, cover up for, to make up for that faux pas from last year, when you kind of spilled the beans that Mike was going to propose to, Cynthia. Okay. I love Tanya. I'm really sad that Tanya has decided to leave the show. Let's pause right here for just a second, you guys, because I tweeted this, and I want to know how many people feel this way. I know Team Toro is probably, if Team Toro's watching, I know you guys are probably about to get mad at me, but it's just it's just an observation, because it's interesting. So we all know the big thing of this season is Strippergate, right? Everybody was on social media saying it wasn't me. And they placed the blame. They said that Strippergate was between Portia and Tanya, right? I'm sorry. I'm not getting the lesbian vibes from Portia, and I'm not getting the lesbian vibes. I'm not getting the threesome vibe from them. I'm not getting any of that from them. I am getting that vibe from LaToya and Kenya. Just putting that out there. Don't shoot me. I'm just putting it out there. You guys, I'm not saying, honestly, you guys, when it comes down to Strippergate, I don't believe it, period. I don't believe Strippergate was real. That's just me keeping it 100 with you. I'm just being funny about this whole Kenya and LaToya situation. I honestly don't believe Strippergate is real. That's the truth. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. For this to be a surprise party, I don't know how well it was planned, because the execution was terrible. The execution was absolutely terrible, because Cynthia and Mike showed up to the event, and Kenya was talking to Candy about the seating arrangements, and then they just had to sporadically say, surprise. And it was just like, how thought out, how planned was this? Because if it's a surprise party, how did they? Because with a surprise party, you usually gather everybody together, and when the people come in, then you just jump out at them and say surprise. That wasn't that. Hell, Mike and Cynthia, I mean, when they said surprise, it took them forever to realize that, hey, this was for you. Like, I thought Cynthia would have figured out when she walked by that big ass ice sculpture. Because, I mean, on that ice sculpture, it said #chill. But then she looked down at them lights, they said #chill. So I'm just like, damn, these two are really fucking slow. No wonder they're going to be together. So then we see Cynthia. She's talking to Kenya later. And she asked Kenya to be a bridesmaid. Shout out to Nene for that one. Now, Kenya, when she said that in her interview with the producers, I said that was funny. Now, somebody posted this on Twitter. It was so fucking shady, but it was funny at the same time. So somebody was like, Cynthia asked Kenya to be her bridesmaid, but Kenya didn't even invite her to her wedding. I was like, ooh, the shade. And she also asked Candy to sing. I mean, not sing. She asked Candy to be her bridesmaid. Candy accepted. Then Candy had to get up there and do that goat yodeling. I was like, oh, God, not this singing, Candy. Please, no. So, where am I at? All right, so, like I said, so the other girls were there, with the exception of Marlo, Portia, and LaToya. So, Marlo showed up damn near 30 minutes late. She was like, they got me over with this. She seemed like she was pissed to be there. Marlo was late. Portia was late by 52 minutes. And, when she came in, now the thing was, Portia wasn't really talking loud because if you notice, the producers had to put the subtitles up. That means that they were whispering. But Kenya she was upset about it. But then here's what threw me for a loop. LaToya, she was a whole almost hour and 30 minutes late. Kenya ain't had nothing to say. I'm just like, okay, pick and choose, huh? Now I will say though, however, that LaToya is really, really tacky. Before we get into LaToya a little bit more, let's talk about Kenya. So Kenya is talking to Portia about the party that she had and the gift that she sent. She's talking about she would have preferred to have given it to her in person, but I'm still thinking, me and Portia saying the same thing. Like, even Portia and Tanya said it was a surprise. Like, how was I supposed to know? And she said, and then she's like, well, Lauren doesn't know that I like you. And then she says, and it's kind of hard for people to tell where we are, which it really is. It really is hard for people to know where Kenya and Portia stand. Are they friends? Are they cool? Are they enemies? What is it? I think, and honestly, I think that Portia and Kenya are cool with each other. Like, people kept talking last season about, Portia throwing shade at her. That's the name of the show. They throw shade at each other all the time. Fun shade, whatever. Now, let's talk about LaToya. So, LaToya comes in, and she automatically shows the group the photo that Kenya sent to her. And they were like, so you had that as your screensaver? She was like, yeah, those are body goals. That's what I want my body to look like. Marlo, shady ass. Marlo said, you're going to get your butt done? I was like, oh my God, Marlo, no. I was like, Marlo, why did you go there? I'm going to keep my opinions to myself. So then we had this awkward ass conversation about which of the women Kenya would like to sleep with. Candy can get it and Cynthia can get it, and obviously LaToya can get it. And that was about it. Yep, that was it. All right, that was Real Housewives of Atlanta, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Are you guys enjoying this season so far? I can't say that can I say I'm enjoying it? It's not annoying me. I will say that much. It's not annoying me. It's just really slow. It's not bad. It's just slow. I don't know if there's going to be any drama this season. I don't need a lot of drama, but damn, y'all ain't got nothing. But yeah, you guys, that is Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like this video, leave your comments, and subscribe to the channel. And hit that bell notification button so you guys are aware when I drop anything else. Share this video. Also, you guys, until the next one, stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Remember, please wash your hands, wear your mask, and socially distance. Also, you guys, get down in that description bar and check out my affiliate link, and also go and subscribe to my planner channel and follow me on my Instagram and so all my social media. And I will see you guys in the next one. I think I'll see you guys on Tuesday for Real Housewives. I'll see you guys. I think that's gonna be Tuesday. I'll see. So this week we got some videos. We got videos galore coming this week. I know we got the finale, the mid-season finale of the Haves and the Have-Nots, Real Housewives of Dallas, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. That's Wednesday. Do we have anything? Oh, yep, Thursday. Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta. Friday, you'll have 2 videos on Friday. Bell Collective. That video, Bell Collective has been recorded for about 2 weeks now. I've just been holding on to it. Bell Collective and Life After Lockup. So I will see you guys for those videos. Bye, guys.